Welcome back to the Integrate Intelligently podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Brickler. Today, I'm welcomed again by my brother and CEO, founder of CAD Talk, Scott Brickler. Today, we're continuing our discussion on AI, episode 2 of this mini series on AI. The last episode, we talked about the kind of foundations of AI, the Turing test, as well as kind of our high level movie preview of where we think AI is going to happen in manufacturing. Today, we're looking around use cases for engineering and manufacturing companies and how to use AI really around hiring and talent acquisition. So one of the things, Scott, that came up, really in the last 5 years during COVID, but you hear it now, is that the workforce, right? The amount of people going into manufacturing and engineering and manufacturing who want to work at these companies it's hard. Talent is hard to find, right? As the baby boomers retire, fewer and fewer people have entered into the industry. So the huge knowledge gap. So finding the right, AI is going to help augment that, but I think, what we're really focused on today is around how can AI help finding the right talent, find the right people to hire? How do you know they're a fit? How does that work?
Hmm? Oh yeah, I think that there's huge amounts of help that I think there's probably not many things that AI wouldn't help you with at this point. It just I think we talked about this on the last episode. It's just like think about having fuzzy human-like decision making and analysis at scale, right? So let's just go kind of with like if you're talking about like how do you make it a recruiter? It's like and I'm not a recruiter, but like I can talk about our experience with that, which is like how do you filter through resumes or how do you find things, and you can use the AI to do searches. You can give it the criteria from which to evaluate the people on, like go search the internet or go search these sites and then look for a person that has these types of, exhibits these types of traits. It's very similar to like lead scoring, right? If you were a lead scorer.
Yeah. Well,
you actually can do,
hiring is a sales funnel.
Yeah, hiring is a sales funnel, right? So the same, everything you're applying. So any AI that you apply to a sales funnel should apply directly to a recruiting funnel, right? It's very similar. So they draw the analogies that way. So you're gonna have an ideal candidate prospect, like you have an idealized,
Customer profile. Yeah. Ideal candidate profile.
Yeah, candidate profile, and then you develop that, and but you can do all that at scale, right? You can do that so much faster, and then filter down to that level. And then you think about like once you get filtered down to the candidates you want, and then you can actually help with it. You can help you automate outreach and crafting the messages to people to get them to respond. And then when you do an interview, you can take the recordings of the interviews, and you can feed it in and have it do sentiment analysis and catch things that you wouldn't have caught. Like you can literally like take an interview transcript and run it through and then make the AI impersonate like 7 different people when it looks at it, and then give you 7 different opinions about what it thinks about that person based on that content. So it's all different. Like just think of it like it's humanness at scale.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. So it's just like, how do you, that's like, there's so many ways to use that. And, I think it's just an amazing tool around like, I can't think of a use case where it doesn't help make it an easier process. So
I have like kind of 2 lenses that when I think about recruiting, being in sales myself, and I look at this, because, I have to hire salespeople and hire, in our sales organization. But I got 2 lenses on how AI, both as an employee, right, to help me, but also we're competing, every company's competing for the talent. If you're not showing a vision of how they could, because, AI is the new hotness, and every young person coming out of college, you and I used to joke about this, right? Like, I think even when you graduated from college, and you were working at a manufacturing company, and all your friends in college wanted to go to all the like big name, with like the big name companies, the P&Gs, the this, that, the hotness, right? Whatever the brand name was, the new hotness. And that's not the path that you chose. So I think of it, but the reality is that's what you're competing with. So when you get these new kids out of college and you're like, okay, I'm a manufacturing company and what we do is important. We're an engineering company, or, we're designing new products, right? How do you attract people? Like, yeah, we're still doing, we're still doing things the way we did 30 years ago, 50 years ago. Like people
Mhm.
just, like you're not going to get the best talent because you're not, the kids will look at that and go, why am I still using Windows 95? Like, I just don't even get like what's
Mhm.
going on here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and so, I mean, when I was working in schools, that was a big criticism of schools. It's like, you're just so far behind. Going to that company really is like, will damage not necessarily will, but could damage the career of that person, right? Because they,
Mhm.
at another place, they'd get exposure to AI, get exposure to those things, get encouraged to use it. And there's like, and other companies, they might not. So I think about it kind of two lenses. One, like if I'm a manager and I want to use AI to find the best people and get the, recruit them. If you're a big name company, you're Apple, not really a problem. Your Tesla, not really a problem. SpaceX, not really a problem. But for the companies that we work for, that we help support, if you're making heavy machinery or you're making equipment that helps like for smelting metal and separating metal or whatever, probably not as exciting as working for Tesla or for SpaceX or something like that. But how do you like encourage people to want to come to work for you, having that digital like AI story about how your company sees AI and the use of AI? So I kind of say twofold in manufacturing, at least
Mhm.
from a talent perspective.
Well, I think that I think what attracts people to a company is a compelling vision, right? And then that compelling vision, and you think about like what most things are. The difference between like a career and a job, right? Like a job is like this thing needs to get done, and I'm gonna pay you some money to do it, and you can do the job, and you'll do that. And some people are gonna be attracted to that no matter what. They just need money to fund their lifestyle, or whatever they want to do. They're working to live, not living to work, type thing, right? And then there's other groups of people who want to build a career and really make a difference. And I think the people that you want to, and in different jobs attract different people, but the compelling vision of the future is what really attracts people to work at the company. And then that compelling vision can be framed in lots of ways.
Hmm.
That people, and especially for a manufacturing company, if you think about like the compelling vision for a manufacturing company is that we think about things that won't change, right? Like I think Amazon talks about that. He goes, I think about what won't be different, and then
Right.
build my business around that. Like people are going to want things faster in the future, cheaper.
Hmm.
That's not going to change, right? So they build the whole company around that, and so and then and they're in the front of being like the everything store. So that's a compelling vision. We want to be the everything store. Well, I want to
Hmm.
be part of that, right? Or so you think about if I were like say I was a company who made smelted the metal, right? It's like we are a company that helps provide raw materials to the world to create all the things people need, and somebody has to do that.
Hmm.
And then the way we're gonna accomplish that, we're gonna revolutionize how we do that using the best technology of the day and robotics, things like that. And you could be on the forefront as a director of this new age. See how I position that? Like that's a vision of a future,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So that's a compelling vision. So that's a way that you can use technology in a compelling future, and in a inspiring thing that somebody can be part of for something that's like gets basically needs to get done, which is like I need to smelt metal so people can make stuff,
Yeah. No.
and it's not like it's not trite, or it's true. Like that will
Mhm.
like there will be that somebody will have to figure that out. Like somebody's going to bring that to a new thing, and that industry will change just like everything does, right? Like everything, some things will stay the same. You still got to smelt the metal, just how we do it, and and what technology we use, and how we do that with less people, because with it, like we mentioned before, not because we want to get rid of people, but because there are going to be less people. Like that's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
the baby boomers. That people think that based on the data, the population is actually declining.
Hmm.
And so that's something that people don't realize. We won't have as many people to do the same jobs that we had before. Of course, there won't be as much demand for as much stuff either. But like that's a whole other thing. That's macroeconomics, which is beyond the scope of this conversation.
Right.
But nonetheless, like those are things that like how you can attract people by using this technology is that I don't think I don't think there's going to be industry that isn't touched by this technology. Yeah.
No, I agreed. Yeah, the thought that I was having was more around like that companies need to have that like AI is part of their like your compelling story. As to your point, right? You can have two stories. One of like, hey, we're going to continue to do things the way we have always done them. The other compelling story is no, we're gonna be the best darn iron smelter there is, right? We're gonna be the best Minecraft player there is. Sorry, that was a reference to, but like, that this idea that like we're going to really leverage technology, and that is compelling, right? That is compelling for someone who's young, who's interested in AI, is interested in having that. It's like, oh yeah, this is, this is interesting. It's still important, right? Because every company, like we're doing this, and our customers are SpaceX and Tesla, and like that's still a powerful, compelling story. With that message of, hey, we're going to revolutionize this industry with what we're doing.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like the, yeah, I think we may have covered this topic pretty good. I mean, I think as far as recruiting goes, I mean, it's pretty, I mean, it's good. I think spelling out a compelling vision of a future with AI and this and these and robotics and things like that is really going to attract some of the talent of the future. Another thing, and then like obviously using AI to get the talent is pretty, that's pretty amazing. And you brought up like one last point I kind of want to talk about, like we'll talk about briefly, is like how do you train the new workforce with a workforce that's aging and moving out. And that's another thing that's like an interesting kind of use case for that is you can encapsulate a lot of knowledge into a
Yeah.
GPT or something like that. And you think about how much knowledge is transferred word of mouth, right? Like
Hmm.
I show you as a mentor how to do this thing and that kind of thing. And then that being encapsulated into the technology to where you literally can get a new job and the AI teaches you how to do your job,
Hmm.
things like that. So that's all part of that kind of that funnel of the acquisition funnel that you can use AI to do. But I think that if I was a manufacturing company today and I want to make sure that I had talent for the future, I would really work on that compelling vision.
Yeah. Yeah. Of how your company is forward thinking and using, how you're excited about the AI revolution and how you can revolutionize your business to be the best of the best in that industry.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
One last thing I was thinking before we going to cut out for the day was, around AI. And well, you know what, Scott, I think I just forgot what I was going to, well, I lost my train of thought there.
Okay. Well, let's
Yeah,
save it for the next episode then. We
I
can do
know,
it.
right? If I can get that back. Yeah. 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 Okay. Well, Scott, this was a good conversation. Another, short introduction, a short expansion of, using AI and manufacturing companies, both for talent acquisition, but also as a compelling vision. I really like how you talked